up, my friends? Thank you for liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It is a nasty day here in God's country. It's raining, it's gray, we have tornado watches. It's kind of depressing, really. So what I wanted to do today is gonna have to wait until next weekend. So today we are going to stick to an indoor activity and going to one of my favorite places in the entire world, Whole Foods. Now, everyone's biggest criticism against Whole Foods is the price. I would agree it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but typically the people that complain about the price are the same people that spend, $100 at the bar every weekend and just kind of throw their money away on other things. So it's really personal preference. The food to me is sometimes worth it. There's some foods that I buy here and some foods that I buy at HEB. So I wanted to run you through what I buy here, why I buy it, and we will have a good time. Okay, so all of the food that I got today was right around $111, which is on the expensive side, especially since I'm living alone. It's just me that I'm buying for, and I've already been to HEB to pick up a few other odds and ends, but this is definitely my favorite way to eat. When I was in college, my max grocery bill for the week was right around $40. Now that I'm about 29 years old, have a little bit more disposable income, and these are the types of things that I choose to spend my money on. I'm not saying it's right. I don't care what you do with your money. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So let me run you guys through all of the things that I picked up today. The number one Whole Foods hack that I have for you guys is Amazon Prime. Ever since Amazon bought Whole Foods, they rolled out a program where you can save additional money off food that is on sale already. So you really end up saving quite a bit. Today it was strawberries and ground bison. It was $2 off per pack, which saved me $6 for doing nothing other than just being an Amazon Prime member, which I would imagine most people are. And if you aren't, I'm sure you have a friend that would share their login with you. So typically strawberries are very expensive, especially at Whole Foods, but with that Amazon Prime I was telling you about, I saved $4 on 2 packs of strawberries, and they ended up being cheaper at Whole Foods than they were at HEB, and that's probably true for Kroger or whatever grocery store you guys are using. Same with this ground bison, and I've actually never had bison in my life. It just looked pretty good. It was right around $8 per pound, so more on the expensive side, but didn't think it was too bad. If I'm buying fresh vegetables, I want them to be from Whole Foods. They just taste so much better. I do try to opt for organic just because I feel like, I don't know, Megan just tells me to do it, so that's what I do. And so I got some broccoli, which I love to roast in the oven. Got some green beans and another pack of broccoli. Speaking of Megan, this was her recommendation, this almond milk creamer. Finally bought the right one, so I got that, and I also got something that I've never seen before. I've got this coconut blended milk with coconut almond milk blend, I should say. These apples that were on sale, that's another hack that I have for you. Try to rotate your fruit selection just by what's on sale that week, and you will save quite a bit of money. There's always something on sale, so I wasn't able to get Gala apples, but this was like a Fuji apple or something. To me, it's not that important, so I saved some money that way because I knew when I got to this kiwi, I was not saving any freaking money. It's $7 for this little thing of kiwi, but it is the best kiwi you will ever have in your entire life. I usually treat myself to that once a week. And then I got some mango salsa, fresh cut salsa, super great. Perfect place to pick it up is Whole Foods. It just tends to taste a little bit better than other stores. Then I picked up some gluten-free chocolate chip waffles. I've actually never tried this brand. I typically stick to Vans, which is amazing, the blueberry ones. We'll give these a go and I'll let you guys know what I think. These are the eggs that I prefer, pasture raised. Now, this is much more expensive than if you were to go to a typical store or were to just buy regular eggs. These end up being about $6 a dozen when you can get them for maybe $1.99, but they taste so much better. They're better for you. Overall, I just much prefer this, and it's something that I splurge on. Another thing that I splurge on, these 2 coconut chips. Man, this is ridiculous. $5 a bag, $5, and there's not much in this at all, but they are so good. Macro-wise, not much better than what you would find on a regular tortilla chip, but ingredient-wise, it's a night and day difference. Oh, I guess I saved $1 there. Who would have known? This organic mint chocolate, this stuff is delicious. I like to have this as a treat at the end of the night. And then I got some organic roasted cashews. Very, very delicious. Moving into some more protein sources. You guys know I love chicken sausage. I've never had this one, but cilantro with lime, how could that be bad? We got some organic deli meat. Now, you guys know this isn't the best source of protein, but I figured this was probably the lesser of the two evils. When you compare this to just regular store brand, then I got some salmon. The salmon at Whole Foods, it's not even that much, 10 bucks a pound, which is pretty comparable to any store that you would go to, and it tastes so much better. I love buying this chicken that's already pre-sliced. It makes life so much easier. And then in case of emergency, RX bar. This is one of my favorite flavors, the chocolate sea salt. These things are fantastic. In terms of things that I buy at HEB, it's mostly frozen vegetables. I feel like there's not much difference there in quality. So I get the Brussels sprouts, this cauliflower rice that I love. You gotta have your bottle of Tito's in there, of course. Got my gluten. These are the waffles that I was referring to. Super delicious. And then I tend to pick up the things with a lot of artificial sweeteners that Whole Foods just doesn't have. So Dan Light and Fit, this has been my Greek yogurt of choice. And everything else is pretty much water. HEB on these waters for sure. Tons of artificials, but so good. And then at the grocery, I will also get things like cereals, crackers, snacks, things I probably shouldn't be eating. Oh, another thing that you can get at Whole Foods, this brown rice pasta. Actually, I think I got this at Target, but it's delicious. And another item that I always get at HEB, rice cakes. I just don't know that I could ever live without these. So we finally got some sunshine out here. It is about time. The last hack that I wanted to share with you guys is if you are out and about and you want something that's nutritious and delicious, in my opinion, the best bet is going to Whole Foods and going through the salad bar or the hot bar. They have everything you could possibly imagine. I feel like I've tried it all and it has all been very good. I tend to go with the salad bar. Now, this can get a little bit expensive because the price is based upon the weight, but there's some things that you can do to lessen that. So I load up my bowl with leafy greens and I try to stick to vegetables because they're fresh. They tend to be more on the expensive side, but when you're doing it this way, it's not so bad. Something that I'll skip out on typically is like a hard-boiled egg, even though they might be good, but they weigh a little bit more and eggs are very cheap. So I'll choose a lean source of protein. I'll get in all my micronutrients, and this is my favorite go-to lunch. Someone that's tried this before, please comment down below and confirm that I am not crazy. I don't even really like kiwi, but for whatever reason, this is just amazing. So the question then becomes, does the quality of your food even matter? When it comes to weight loss versus weight gain, I would say not as much, at least not to a significant degree. If your calories are the same, doesn't really matter if it's organic beef or regular beef, nothing is really going to change in terms of body composition or the moving of the scale. But when you're talking about well-being and the way that you feel, I do think that it makes a big difference. And I think a lot of this is gonna go to common sense, really. I mean, if you're eating a higher quality food and you're putting that into your body, you're probably going to see added benefits in terms of digestion, in terms of inflammation, and all of these things that are much more important than your body composition. So when you're young and you're YOLOing around, you probably aren't thinking about those things, but when you're old and gray like me, they become more and more important, and I am willing to spend more to put things into my body, to put better quality foods into my body. When you think about it, there's really nothing more important than your overall health. So I would say if you have the means, then it's probably better to err on that side of making better food choices. But hey, these are just my opinions. I would love to know what you all think in the comments down below. This is where we're gonna end the video. Short and sweet today. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could have been doing anything in the entire world, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That is pretty awesome. Please give the video a like. I would really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I look forward to talking to you guys next time.